Hi, hello, friends. Welcome to online classes, Mangalore University. Today, in my session, I'll be talking about Animal Farm, Chapter 9. Earlier, I discussed about Chapter 8. There, we had noticed so many important changes in the animal farm. There, in the Chapter 8, there was a chaos. There was a continuous changes you could see as far as the seven commandments are concerned. Again, the despotic rule of Napoleon, the tyranny, the cruelty that will be continuing under his, you know, leadership, as well as with his company, the Squealer. There we had noticed that there was a battle. Frederick attacked against animals in the animal farm. So finally, he was thrown away from the animal farm with the serious efforts of all the animals, human beings thrown out of the farm. The sign of a victory then, and again the kind of a sign of relief you could able to see in the chapter 8. Now I'm talking about chapter 9. Dear students, this novel, Animal Farm, is prescribed for Mangalore University BA third semester students, additional English. So let us have a look at the complete, information about chapter 9 of Animal Farm. See, after the tiring and very weak, some kind of a days, a very weak and weekly, kind of a stature of the animals spent by animals. The animals set about rebuilding the windmill. This is what they think for the major project. They want to rebuild the windmill as soon as possible with the efforts of especially the boxer and his the company. See, the boxer in this particular chapter, uh, tireless horse and very dynamic, dedicated, and the kind of a hard worker you could see inside his personality there. In this particular chapter, you will have his presence, how he is working very hard, though he is becoming older and older day by day. He is in favor of all the animals. He wanted to rebuild the windmill, that is his motto. Taking some the help of the other animals. He is a tireless horse, no doubt about it. The hoof boxer split during the battle of the windmill takes a long time to heal, but he refuses to take any time off work. He doesn't want to take a rest from his work. He is working every now and then. The animals have already started rebuilding the windmill, whereas the other animals they have already started to rebuild the windmill. This is very important fact you have to notice. The animals wanted to rebuild the windmill as it was destroyed in the chapter 8. What the animals assumed that it was destroyed due to the serious efforts of Snowball was nowhere on screen, and Boxer knows he is essential to the project. He is the most topmost important personality in order to rebuild the windmill. He refuses to let the other animals see his pain, though he is facing lot of struggles. He is having lot of pains while he is working very hard and wants to see the windmill well underway before he retires. See, there is the rule in animal farm. After the completion of 12 years, the horses, the horses, the boxer must have to retire from their work. But as you notice, in the character of the boxer, he doesn't want to take rest, though he is becoming older and older day by day. The original plans for animal farm allow horses to retire at 12 years. As I told you pretty clearly, with the handsome pension, they must have to retire at the age of 12 years. Conditions on the farm remain harsh as the animals continue to undertake both farm and windmill building duties through the winter. This is a very difficult kind of a task before all the animals. They have to work very hard in the farm, as well as they have to build windmill in their free time. In addition, the four sows litter a total of 35 piglets. There is an addition again, 35 piglets addition. They were the newcomers to the animal farm. All Napoleons, so there are many more mouths to feed. Look at that. Already the animals are facing the kind of a starvation. They are running out of the food. With addition to that particular problem, they are adding 35 more piglets for those again the kind of a shortage of food you could notice in this chapter. This is a kind of a tough task before Napoleon, how to manage and how to handle, as he is a tyrannic ruler and a cruel ruler and a despotic ruler. He is having the kind of hypocrisy. These pigs, these piglets need to be educated. So work, also begins on a schoolhouse in the farmhouse garden. Look at that. Soon the newcomers arrive in the animal farm. Napoleon immediately set a new plan in order to educate them. That is his motto. He wanted to educate the young minds, so that he wanted to build a school. The expenses of the school and of the machinery for the windmill, both of them are very intolerable. In addition to the other farm necessities, look at that, other farm necessities also there. Expenses of building the school and rebuilding the windmill, these are all the additional responsibilities he has to take on his own shoulder. Demand increased production of goods for sale and trade. Look at that, the demand is increased for the production of goods and for the sale as well as the trade. Rations are reduced, or to use the squealers word. Look at that, rations reduced to the animals in the animal farm. Animals must have to adjusted with that whatever they have. There you can see the words of squealer. He told that readjusted for everyone except pigs and dogs. See, the readjustment is there um, only for the other animals, not for the pigs and dogs. But it does not seem to the matter, because he produces reams of figures to prove the animals are getting more food and working shorter hours than before. He also numbers to prove that their drinking water is better. Look at that, he is giving a kind of a comparison how the animals were facing the kind of problem when Mr. Jones was taken over the leadership, and now it is quite better than the animals are feeling. They are having good water to drink. They are living longer by drinking good water. Their drinking water is good. That is the reason why the animals are living longer. This is what the reasons given by Squealer. More of their offspring and surviving infancy, and they have more straw and fewer fleas in their stalls. The animals believe him because their memory of what life was with Mr. Jones is charge has simply faded. And despite the cold, look at that, the animals are facing the deeper and deeper problems as they are facing cold, hunger, and long hours work. See, they are free animals. See what they ultimately feel, that now we are free, instead of blaming the leadership of Napoleon. They remembered the kind of problems they faced at the treacherous hands of Mr. Jones. Cold they faced, hunger they faced, and long hours of working they faced. So that in all other difficult tasks, they are having one important point to notice: they are having a kind of freedom, not slaves as human. So they are working tirelessly. That freedom alone makes everything seem better. The animals also enjoy the many songs, speeches while they are working in farm, as well as building the windmill procession that are now part of farm life. Now they are enjoying the kind of a freedom. That is what the animals thought. In late summer, the farm is declared a republic. Look at that. There is one celebration which comes in the late summer. They have to celebrate the Republic Day, and an election is held for president. Although obviously, no doubt about it, Napoleon is becoming an undisputed leader, and he is appointed unanimously. Nobody is competing to him as the snowball is out of the farm. In the meantime, the pigs live comfortably under the leadership of Napoleon. They use barely to brew beer, and Napoleon keeps sugar on his table. Look at that. Soon he got the kind of a power. He keeps the sugar on his table. They appear to be gaining weight, and all the pigs are appear to be gaining more weight. They also keep candles and lamps in the house. Although to save oil, lanterns are no longer allowed in the stalls. Also, the pigs are allowed to wear green ribbons. This is the kind of a change you have to notice inside the animal farm, how the things are turning out to be, in favor of some other animals and up against for other animals. Green ribbons on their tails on Sundays. Look at that, the pigs are started to wear the green ribbons to their tails on Sundays. Other changes are apparent in the social order of the farm. The new piglets are not allowed to mingle with the other animals, and the other animals must eat to pigs when they meet on path. Look at that. This is the kind of a discrimination we could see whenever the pigs are appearing on street. The other animals they have to stand by side and they have to give a way to the pigs. This is the kind of a discrimination you can see inside the animal farm. The pigs also offer one more revision to Snowball's history. Again, they were remembering about the Snowball's history, claiming that he actually led the human forces into the Battle of Cowshed. He was working in favor of the humans. That is what they created, a story by the pigs. Napoleon, not Mr. Jones Gunn, inflicted the wounds on Snowball's back, but that they recreated the victory which was coming under the leadership of Snowball. They reversed it in a different manner. They told it in a different manner. Many of the animals claim to have witnessed these events firsthand. When Moses returns with his stories of Sugar Candy Mountain, he returns with the Sugar Candy Mountain. After in the death of all the animals, they will go to Sugar Candy Mountains. They will have a wonderful freedom and they will have a beautiful time. Then the pigs officially declare his stories lies, but they also provide the bird with a daily ration of beer. In late summer, near his time of retirement, look at that. This is the this is what the important factor you have to notice in this particular chapter. Boxer collapses near the windmill site. As he is working harder and harder, he does not try to take rest, and he wanted to complete the windmill project. He wanted to see the windmill which is working properly before his eyes, so that now when he is working tirelessly, he collapses one fine day. A lung has given away, and the animals rush to the pigs for help, and the animals finally the rest towards the boxer in order to lend the saving hands. Wheeler comes to the first site after 15 minutes with the word that Napoleon is making arrangements to send Boxer to a veterinary hospital in the village. As Boxer collapses when he was working so hard for the rebuilding the windmill, so by that time, Napoleon called hospital people, veterinary hospital people, and he wanted to send Boxer into the hospital. Clover and Benjamin escort Boxer to his stall and stay with him while they are not working, comforting him and keeping flies away. Now, the Clover and Benjamin, they are the ones taking care of the Boxer. They stood by the side of the Boxer and taking care of his health. Then, when he was collapsed. 2 days later, while they are in the fields, a van comes to take Boxer away. Finally, after 2 days of this incident, a van came, a veterinary camp, a van, it seems, that came, and it took away the Boxer from the animal farm in order to treat that disease. The animals rushed to see him off but only Benjamin can read the writing on the side of the van. Look at that, there is a twist on the van. Something has written on the van. He sees that Benjamin notices that it belongs to the local horse slaughterer. Look at that. Finally, what they deceived Napoleon and Squealer deceived the animals means they decided to send the Boxer into the slaughterhouse. That is the reason why local horses slaughterer vehicle came. Benjamin yells out the truth to the other animals, and Clover shouts a warning to Boxer. See, by that time there was a warning kind of a shout which was coming from Clover to the Boxer, and Boxer tries to project against it, tries to kick his way out of the van, but as he is turning out to be a weak and age old horse, not supposed to get out of the this one van, too weak to do so. 3 days later, the pigs announced that Boxer died in the hospital. This is the tragedy had happened in the chapter 9 of Animal Farm. Dear students, very important, you have to notice there might be a question in the examination. Boxer, undoubtedly a very tiresome horse, dedicated horse, and hard worker, nowhere supposed to take rest. He is a very devoted and dedicated horse, and decided to do whatever he wanted to do, especially with the kind of dedication. Finally, that dedication comes to an end with the death of the Boxer in this particular chapter. Wheeler claims to have been with the Boxer at every end, and that Boxer's last words were "Long live Comrade Napoleon." See, these are all the kind of a cunning words by the Wheeler, as he was assuming that the final words of the Boxer is none other than "Long live Comrade Napoleon." He wished Napoleon. He wished to be the successor of the windmill project, and Napoleon is always right. That is what he told in his deathbed, according to Wheeler. Wheeler also refutes the story that Boxer left in the horse slaughter's van, and he rejected that he was not sent into the horse slaughter's van, claiming the veterinarian just bought the van from the local knacker and had not yet repainted it. See, he just bought the van from the local knacker, and he did not repaint it, so that the board was visible like that. The animals are relieved to hear this story and happy to hear that Napoleon paid for Boxer's medical expense, as he spread one more news among all the animals. Napoleon was the one who paid all the medical expenses of the Boxer. Later, Napoleon announces that it is not possible to bring Boxer's remains, I mean the dead body, back to the farm for burial, but he will send a wreath of laurels down to Boxer's grave in the village. Now, we will have a beautiful stature of this particular unit, chapter 9 of Animal Farm. Finally, the greatest, character, one of the wonderful characters, so beautiful characters, and admiring characters inside this novel, which was created by George Orwell. Boxer, a dedicated worker, a true ruler, and very kind of a benevolent kind of a person, representing the middle class and working class. He died ultimately due to the ill treatment of Napoleon as well as Squealer, their despotic move. There will be a short note on Boxer in the examination. My dear friends, you have to look at this character pretty carefully. The most sympathetically drawn character in the novel, Boxer, epitomizes all the best qualities of the exploited working class. Look at that, he is a representation of working class people. dedication is there in his work, loyalty is there in his behavior, and a huge capacity for labor. Is a tireless labor, working very hard. He declared himself he does not take rest and he will work harder and harder. He also, however, suffers from what Orwell saw as the working class major weakness, a naive trust in the good intentions of the intelligentsia, and an inability to recognize even the most blatant forms of political corruption. So ultimately, this is a kind of a victim, character. He was failed to notice the political corruption, how it was working inside the animal farm, exploited by the pigs. As much as more than he had been by Mr. Jones, he was exploited a lot by the hands of the pigs, more than Mr. Jones when he was a ruler, then a leader. Then Boxer represents all of the invisible labor that undergirds the political drama being carried out by the elites. Boxer's pitiful death. The death of the boxer is really a pitiful note, no doubt about it. Glue Factory dramatically illustrates the extent of Pig's betrayal. It may also, however, speak the specific significance of Boxer himself. Before being carted off, he serves as the force that holds animal farm together. He wanted all the animals gathered together and they wanted to enjoy the equal right. But unfortunately, that is not happening in the animal farm. So there might be an annotation from this chapter, chapter 9. About this time, too, it was laid down as a rule that when a pig and any other animal met on the path, the other animal must stand aside. This is the kind of a discrimination you could see inside this particular chapter, and also that all pigs of whatever degree were to have the privilege of wearing green ribbons on their tails on Sundays. So these words are spoken by Napoleon. The narrator gives description of pigs in animal farm. They must have to respect pigs. They must have to give way to all the pigs. All the animals must have to stand side, and they have to respect the pigs. It is taken from chapter 9. Obviously, the pigs continue to assert their power, to rule their power, to enjoy their power over the others, and excuse themselves from the rules. See, whenever they are changing the rules, they will excuse themselves and they will change the commandments too. The ribbon ban no longer applies to them. Thus, this chapter ends with a few days later, a van delivers a large crate of the, to the farmhouse. Look at that. Look at the change you have to notice in this particular chapter. Again, a crate of, bears which were appearing in the animal farm, which the animals, learn is full of whiskey, and pigs hold a memorial banquet in Boxer's honor with just themselves in attendance. Look at that. See, all the pigs are enjoying whiskey, drinking, enjoying, and having a beautiful kind of a happiness with the memory of Boxer's departure. And there is a much noise, in the house that night. They are having a huge party then. So, dear friends, with this, I will conclude my session. I hope you understood the session pretty clearly. The tragic death of the boxer and the despotic rule of Napoleon, it will continue, and the despondent of Squealer, he will, persuade the things and manipulate the things, whatever, however, it is possible, and at the same time, all, the discrimination is there, and hierarchy is there. That hierarchy ultimately rules. All the pigs are enjoying the whiskey at the end of the chapter. I hope you understood the concept pretty clearly. Thank you very much. Happy reading. Stay safe.